Welcome everyone. Good evening. We at our startup pitch show. So today we have two startup presentations, and we have judges today to give the feedback about this startup presentation. So please, first of all, let me introduce our judges who joined our session tonight. Marka, if you're with us, first of all, Marka Poliafika from London. Marka, if you can join our session, a few words about yourself and how do you work with startups. Marka, good evening.
Good evening, Slava, to you and to the whole audience, of course, and welcome to another episode. What do? I collaborate and I support startups as an advisor as well as a mentor, focusing specifically on three aspects. By the way, not in any order, but strategy, business strategy, decision making, and then business models, in particular way sustainable business models, because in my professional life, I'm a sustainability and clean tech professional. And the third area is pitch coaching, which is the one that is relevant today. I will stop here and I look forward to enjoying with you and the audience tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. As always, nice to see you at our Startup Pitch show this evening. And also, we have another judge joined us today, Giovanni. Giovanni from Malta. Giovanni, if you can also introduce yourself, tell us a few words about how do you work with startups. Giovanni, our Elegant Club ambassador. So, Giovanni, nice to see you tonight.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, it's a pleasure. So, well, my involvement with startups actually starts from our first collaborations through Elegant Club in London and goes then further through me founding a few of those startups, many of those failing and learning the lessons, and as well as founding now and running for the next 5 years Formula Media, which is a bespoke marketing agency both for small companies and personal brands, and as well by mentoring and having the pleasure of mentoring few of Elegant's members, as well as being part of other events like Startup Weekend and other few from bigger brands. But glad to be helping young entrepreneurs that are part of Elegant Club, and that you have the opportunity as well to see grow and pop up from since the beginning. So happy to give my contribution in that.
Thank you very much, Giovanni. It's always a pleasure to see you. Giovanni, you did so much contribution in past with our Elegant Club startups and community fellows. So very pleased to see you as always. And now it's time to start. And first of all, we will start with our first founder, Joao from Portugal. Joao, if you're with us tonight, please welcome to our pitch presentation.
Hello. How are you, Slava?
All good so far. Tell us if you're ready to present.
Yeah, I will. I'm ready.
Please
just need to
share,
right? Share screen.
Yes.
Go straight to the point then.
Right. Start
So
when you're ready.
Okay, you see my screen, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I will just put a small countdown because the time for presenting is very short. So let's go for it. So my name is João Gomes. I'm one of the founders of Tatar Razors. I will explain later what is it. We go into it. Me and two colleagues, we met actually at engineering at the Master of Mechanical Engineering, and we had an interesting idea about product development, and that's when started Tatar Razors. Tatar Razors, it's a company that wants to fight this problem, the problem about disposable razors and cartridge razors, plastic tools on the landfills, making a big impact into our environment and transforming something more like this, something more sustainable, a solution that you can have in your in your toilet and be proud of it. As you can see, this is a safety razor. It's basically a tool for shaving, and we went to it to try to sustainably create these products, products that could be long lasting and provide, of course, with that a pleasurable and comfortable shaving experience. So this is actually our mission, a mission of the brand Tatara Razors. So how Tatara Razors are differentiating themselves from other competitors on the market. So we actually, because of our background, we engineered our safety razors, and not only our safety razors, also shaving brushes for precision and performance. We use very high hand processes as CNC machining. And because we use also stainless steel and titanium to produce these materials, to produce these tools, these razors, we can actually guarantee lifetime warranty. And of course, these are solutions that are more environmentally friendly because there is no plastic on it. It's one solution for all, so you can have it. Probably your razor will stay even further after you go out from this world. So a little bit about our customer segments, our market. It's a niche market. We see our motto is actually from routine to passion, and we want to transform the shaving experience, this shaving experience, as something with passion. And this is exactly how our customers are. They love their razor, they love their shaving routine, and they share it. These are photos taken from YouTube. Of course, because it's a niche market, we have to try to go to different channels to grow the brand. So we are mostly in the online sector, selling it by our website. You can see here on the top photo, but we also, and more recently, are starting to go to fairs to try to grow the brand. And this is our goal. At the moment, basically, we try to focus mostly in organic traffic using our marketing strategies by using social media, newsletters, but also ads and, like I explained, the physical with the fairs and retail. The scalability of Tatara razors. Of course, if we compare ourselves to a market of disposable razors, market that we want to fight, we are talking about very different numbers. We can see here by a study by market search into 2021, the market for US was 2.7 billion, and 40% of that was cartridge razors. Safety, you can see here in the graph on the right, it's very small compared with it, but we will try to fight it and we will try to grow on it. The potential markets we have, of course, it's sustainably eco-friendly solutions that we know the market is more aware of it. It's a low cost solution in the long run because the investment is big because the material is titanium or stainless steel, so it's an expensive investment. But of course, afterwards, the blades are much cheaper than compared with cartridge razors. So in 1 year, if you shave 3 times per week, you actually get back the money if you compare with a disposable razor. And of course, it's long-lasting products. There are people that love to have these products more as a lifestyle, actually, design, and another potential market is make it also for women. So the challenge here at this moment that we are facing, and to end up the presentation, is how do we grow outside Tatara outside the niche? Because at this moment is a niche market. We need to re-educate the people that use disposable razors, and that the market is so saturated by Gillette and the powerful that Gillette has. Of course, we need to re-educate them and explain them actually that there is a better solution, not only for the environment but also for your skin, because these solution razors use one blade and cause less irritation and less inborn hair. So this is it. I think I passed even a little bit the time, but I'm here for you. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Joao, for your presentation. And now it's time to listen the feedback and the questions, if any, from our judges. First of all, I would like to ask Marka to join our conversation. Marka, if you can start giving your feedback or questions arise.
Sure. Thanks, Slava, and well done, Joao, for your presentation. I will be biased question just because of the format of this event. So I will just for time reasons.
Yeah.
I typically like to mention some good practice that we do, that we put in place when we present, and something that I would personally work on. A couple of things that I liked. So, for example, in one of the slides, I think it was one of the last slides, you showed on the bottom left corner a simple graph where you wanted to show the business cases. So there was a 433 euro, whatever, meaning that if you say that if you use it 3 times per week, after 1 year, you will recover the money. I think it's always good to translate an idea or an MVP into and what does it mean in very simple terms. And that is something that you actually did in that slide. So that is something that I would encourage always in a presentation. Let's remember that most of the audience might not even with our products. So we need to translate this concept. So well done. That is something that I liked. And another thing, sometimes you mentioned our motto is, so you try to include in your storytelling some elements that can engage the audience, that can bring the audience with you across the journey of your presentation. So these are two things that I wanted to highlight as a good practice and positive things as an example of good practice for people when they pitch. Something that I noticed and I would personally work on. And as you notice, I'm not going into the content itself of the business model, but I try to focus on the communication performance here. And as a matter of fact, it's very interesting that the first sentence that you said is that you have the time because you are aware of the short time that you have for this presentation. But then actually it took you at least 10 seconds for you to start the presentation. So when we are in front of the audience actually starts forming an idea, even biased sometimes or very often, a judgment once we are on the screen. So in those 10 seconds, considering that typically the attention span is very slow, already people judged you, made an idea about yourself as a presenter, as well as the worst thing that can happen. While I wait, I say, hey, you know what? Let me check whether I received a text here. What happens? That I get distracted and I end part of your initial presentation. So it's very risky. A pitching performance really needs to be very well orchestrated, very well prepared. So that is very important. Sounds like something outside of the presentation, but that's the point. Everything that looks like outside is actually something that the audience notices. And another thing, talking about this game of attention, I always use the same sentence. I say pitching is a game of attention. You need to attract the attention. So I noticed that some of the slides, namely in Prior Way, I noticed the one where there was the graph, the chart, and the title of the chart was almost the same as the sentence that you wrote, very small on the left. That is duplicating information, causing or giving an excuse for people to get distracted. The part on the left should be actually your storytelling, and people should be able to focus on a nice chart, which was very well done, by the way, and that could be scaled up in order to be more visible, in particular way when you present a context like this one where you don't even have the whole screen available. So hope it makes sense. Something good practices, and something to work on in terms of improving the communication performance. At least something that I would personally work on. That doesn't mean that they're wrong or right. Okay, there is not wrong or right here. There's just things that, based on our experience, we like to do. That is my feedback. But well done for your great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marka, for your feedback. And now is the most exciting part to give us the scores. So the first score goes for innovativeness of idea.
So admittedly, I think that everything that goes into consumable is somewhat saturated, but also there is a scope always for innovation. I didn't pick up properly how you innovate compared to many other solutions. I saw something, so I would need to look for more. That is not your issue there, as you say, the short time. I'll give a set to make sure that is actually a push for you to explain better how you innovate and put these things at the beginning of the presentation rather than at the end. So 7 will be my mark.
Great. The second score goes for the presentation.
Okay, presentation. Based on what I say, that you can improve on the communication side, and by any means, I totally appreciated you. But that's the game. That is the good point here. That you practice to be able to sell your idea in one sentence. I want to be a bit harsh here, maybe, and I want to give you a 6. But again, it's because I consider a lot of things that you can work on. Your presentation has a lot of value there. It's an hidden gem because I noticed that the slides are very, very well polished. So try to make it into a perfect pitch.
Thank you,
6
Marco.
for
And
now.
the final score goes for the business model innovativeness of scalability potential. Sorry.
For the same reason, the consumables can be a saturated market, but also there is a huge scope for scalability. I noticed that you talked about how you intend to approach them. So part of your go-to-market strategy was there. You mentioned ads, organic growth. I don't remember you talking about the markets that you're targeting, but I think there is a scope for growth. So I would go for an 8, and definitely because I think there is a scope for growth, and even there, I think you can explain better. But a good starting point, 8 there.
Thank you very much, Marco, for your
Thank you.
feedback and scores. It was Marco Poliafica with the feedback about the Giles presentation. Now it's turn to join Giovanni. Giovanni, if you're with us, please join our conversation. And this is your turn to give feedback and scores, please.
Yes, actually, I didn't want to leave it to self-conclusions. I wanted to ask indeed which markets are they targeting, because I'm a very practical man and marketer, and I went to check your ad libraries on your Facebook page, and I see you have plenty of advertisement active. So that means you've been running ads, but I'm really curious to know which countries you're targeting and whether those ads are profitable, and if you think that there is something that you could improve there, or you think that it's slowing down your growth rate, or at least your sales rate through that.
Hi, Giovanni. Yes, so basically we are running ads mostly in US. US is our biggest market. 55% of our market is American. Then we have remarketing ads for people that visit our page. And important markets for us are also Italy, Germany, Japan also. So those are I would say the markets with more interest. Regarding the results, we saw better results last year than this year. I think I spoke with some people, and it looks that it's well, it's not only us with us, but we saw that with us. And for now, we are actually replanning our structure of ads to have another approach, because at this moment, in the last, I would say, 2-3 months, the ads are not making sense for us. So they are not providing the revenue we once we had.
Right. Okay, then I'll be more than happy to see how I can help with that, because I think with that organic growth would be useful for brand growth, as you say, or brand awareness. But at the end of the day, apart from a startup and an innovative company, you are a company in itself, which you must take in consideration profitability and sales as the number one thing. I'm not sure if it's you running the ads or you have an external agency, but I would definitely concentrate on that. Obviously, pitch-wise, I think that it was another event where I heard about you, or it was you presenting. Slava will confirm later, but
Yeah, it was me.
yeah. So I think that you definitely made progress in your presentation skills. That I can clearly say. However, unless you are looking to raise capital at this moment, which I'm not sure if it is, you can tell me. I
No,
think
not this moment.
I would concentrate on maybe using this presentation skills to perhaps even leverage your personal brand to create something for yourself, and say that you are the first one using the product and that you believe in the product, and making sure that everyone else gets your point on a massive scale, which can be from YouTube videos like some of your clients, or from Instagram Reels, and becoming an expert in that. So, and associating ads and making sure that that work, because I think that any products right now, unless you have several shops or Walmart placements or Costco placements in USA inside discount shops or specialized shops, you must sell through online advertising, because you cannot rely on organic marketing only. One last question I want to ask you is, are you running any email marketing campaigns?
Yes, so we do run our email marketing campaigns, and we consider that organic marketing, and we see good numbers coming out from the email marketing.
Great. So yes.
So Giovanni, now it's time to give scores. First score goes for the innovativeness of idea.
Well, I would say I would give an 8, because I haven't seen any other products on the market. So even if I haven't received any ads or anything else, still through this, I still hear about you, and it's the only product that I've seen that is innovating in the marketplace for that specific range of product, which I guess it's quite hard to have visibility in comparison to the other gigantic brands. So I would give an 8 for that, because I still think that it's an innovative product. And last time I said I wanted to try it, but I didn't. So this time maybe I'll ask you for one for free. So I'll try it and maybe help you grow it, if that will be the case. So yeah, I'll give an 8 for that.
Thank you, Giovanni. And the second goes for the presentation.
Presentation, I would give another 8.5, just because I don't want to give a 9, because I think you still have some room to improve. And again, I think it's the same thing I said last time, which was like to show you really shaving. And that might sound silly, but it is very impactful, and it shows that you are believing in the product. And if you don't believe yourself in the product, it will be harder to sell it. And there's plenty of salesman stories about that, and many pitches for startups and Shark Tanks that ask them, are you wearing that product? Are you using the product? So I would recommend to you to be the first one, that to be the first ambassador of your own product.
So 8 or 9, Giovanni, we are strict with our policies.
8.5.
Means 8.
Yes, 8.
8. All right, fair enough. And the final score goes for the business model and scalability potential.
Well, regarding that, I would love to say as well 9, because potentially if you have the right campaigns running on Facebook or any other channel, I think you could grow so big you didn't even imagine. And I believe that, because I know that if someone sells me something properly online, and if I see that it's on my price range for an investment for my well-being and something else, I would definitely go for it. And actually, I'll give you a 9 because I believe you could do it. And I'll give you also another tip that I saw from your ads, and which you can maybe start to implement as of now, is to stop talking about your own product, because I see in all of the ad libraries it's our razors, it's not just a razor, our razors. I will start to talk about the client's problem and needs, wants, desires. I think that will resonate a lot more with the audience, because it's all about creating empathy through digital channels, which is the biggest challenge of all the small businesses and startups. That's why they engage with marketing agencies like us or copywriters and so on. And this is things that AI cannot do, which is to really understand humans and how they think, and use the right words and communication methods to connect and sell to them. So I will give you a 9 to that, because I believe this product can really go viral.
Thank you very much, Giovanni. And I can verify we already met together at our online sessions during the COVID time. And it's so great to have the successful track record since this time. So thank you very much, both of you, for keep running and staying with us at our Elegant Club activities. So Giovanni, thank you so much. Please stay with us because we have our second startup pitch coming. Joao, thank you so much. You also will get the scores from our third judge in 24 hours, because judges unfortunately couldn't join our session. Okay. So in 24 hours, you will get all the final scores. And our third judge is Adriana Fidalga from Porto, Portugal. So also we will get informed you about the scores results. So now it's time to join our second stage and second part of our presentation. It will be our startup founder from London, Greg. Greg, if you're with us, please welcome our live broadcast show. And this is your turn to present.
Hi, Slava. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Greg, the founder and CEO of ReferMe. We are helping millions of SMEs thrive by connecting customers to their business. SMEs contribute over 2 trillion to the UK economy each year. Unfortunately, 52% of startups fail within 5 years. Marketing strategies are one of the biggest reasons startups fail. As a self-employed financial advisor, I understand the difficulties in building a business. Typical go-to-market strategies and channels are costly, time-consuming, require skill, and now overly saturated. Like other financial advisors, I've paid cold lead generation platforms, which are costly with poor return on investment. What I and others don't have is a platform for word-of-mouth referrals, one of the most successful forms of lead generation. ReferMe is an app that helps businesses generate and build networks, increasing referrals and revenue to the business. The user can create and manage their contacts, including reviews, set up referral incentives, and marketing campaigns, all within the ReferMe platform. The user provides all contacts with a storable, shareable QR digital business card and link. The business card links to a data capture form with video introduction and details of the services offered. Instead of paying a content marketer, with the assistance of ReferMe GPT, the user can create email campaigns, social media posts, AI videos, newsletters, and more. Businesses can contact and refer to other businesses via the community feed. ReferMe began in November 22. We are currently developing the MVP whilst continuing with customer discovery. Our target market initially is financial services. As a financial advisor, I know the pain points and I'm well connected. There are 40,000 advisors in the UK who we want to be the #1 platform for. We are targeting multi-advisor firms and networks as these have thousands of advisors. We believe we can scale ReferMe to other industries in the future. Within financial services, Unbiased and Vouch For are the main lead generation competitors. The difference between us is their focus on cold leads versus our focus on warm leads. ReferMe also offers a CRM with AI marketing features. Other referral platforms which offer digital business cards and CRMs, such as Mobilo, are not industry focused like us. Our B2B feature and AI marketing are also key differentiators. The business model is a monthly subscription plus percentage transactions conducted via the app and paid advertising on the B2B community feed. Our 5-year projection to 60 million ARR and 50,000 users. The ReferMe team, Pabs, our CTO, has built 3 successful startups. Aaron, our dev lead, has built a successful software agency, and Simon, our UI UX designer. Ralph, our advisor, bootstrapped and exited WeFindVenues.com to a market-leading events firm. He's worked across fintech and prop tech, including CTO of Realize, raising Series B, and tech lead at Anthemis, a VC firm with 1.8 billion AUM. We are raising 250,000 for 10% equity. Scan the QR code to follow or contact us, and thank you for listening, and I welcome questions and any feedback.
Thank you very much, Greg. Wow, that's tough journey to present startup idea and the project in 3 minutes time. So now we would like to know the feedback. First of all, the feedback from Giovanni. Giovanni, if you can join our conversation and start giving your feedback or questions, if any, please.
Sure. Couple of things there. I didn't catch during the presentation who is actually the users, who you are targeting, because I understood you're going to target financial services, but who are going to use the app or paying for the subscription model? Someone who wants to use financial services, or?
Yeah, so the initial target market is financial services, so mortgage advisors, financial advisors, independent firms. As a financial advisor myself, I understand the industry and pain points. So the user, a financial advisor, will pay the subscription, and they will add all of their clients' contacts, existing networks, to the platform as contacts.
Right.
We then focus on, we're then going to target networks. So within the UK, you have the Financial Conduct Authority, and then you have mortgage and financial networks. And what we want to do is to target the networks, because the more business the advisors bring on board, the better for the networks. So our target market initially is financial services, but we believe that we can scale this up to any SME industry where referrals equals revenue. So any service that hands out a business card, basically.
Right. So on one side, you need to bring on board all of the financial advisors. So in this case, the service providers, and on the other hand, as well, the users which are already clients of those, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
okay.
the customers of the advisors.
All right. My question then is, which is the incentive you are going to give to the actual clients of these users of these financial services, and what would be potential implications with privacy? Because I mean, if I am the client of a financial services, which could a financial service firm, which would be you, for example, in this case. Why would I necessarily be on a platform showcasing that I'm your client? I would want an incentive for that, which I guess it's the fact that I can refer other people, or is there anything else?
Yeah, so within the ReferMe platform, you can set up financial rewards, incentives for the customers. So for example, £25, £50, £100, depending on the value of the business that's coming through and that's been referred to the advisor. That's how we intend to set up incentives for the customer.
Right.
So they can earn financial reward from referring prospects to the business.
Right. Just one last question, and then I'll give you a feedback on the presentation. I guess you conducted some Q&As with other financial services firms or financial advisors.
Yeah, so as a financial advisor myself, I've been carrying out customer discovery with multi-advisor firms and also networks as well.
So I guess for them it's a good incentive because you are not guaranteeing clients, but the possibility of referrals, which is usually the best way of connecting with this type of services. But what was the most friction that you find in during client discovery?
Well, the feedback's been really positive in terms of we want this platform. Many financial advisors still hand out business cards, paper business cards, which we all know end up in the bin after a period of time. So this is helping financial advisors remain connected in a new innovative way. So they just want the product. So we just need to get it developed and get it in front of them so they can test it and use it and see value. Obviously, we're very early in terms of where we are. The idea was born in November 22, so we got a lot of learning to do. We need to fail fast, learn fast kind of thing. But the feedback so far has been very good. And we've got users signed up waiting to use the platform once it's ready.
Okay, so you already have users subscribed, you said?
Users waiting to test the product.
So you have a waiting list?
Yeah. So
Okay.
we've got about 15 advisors waiting.
Awesome. All right. So my feedback on the presentation is I think that it was concise, but in a way a bit fast. I did not catch some of the points. Maybe a financial advisor would have, I'm not sure, but I would maybe try to find a way to stop the attention of someone as well and maybe focus on that circle of information and then pass on to the next slide, especially because it's not a super easy to understand concept. We understand referral very easily, so I would actually refer back to that indeed to showcase how referral was done traditionally and how referral can be done in the future. On the other hand, I have to say, I guess that you added the features of content marketing and marketing to add on somehow to make the idea a bit more sexy. But on the other hand, I would say as well that features can come up later on in another stage after you have validated your main idea, because at the end of the day, if you add on those features, those capabilities that you can do, then you might be misjudged as wanting to do that and plus referral, when in this case, I must imagine that it's the opposite. So I would just maybe mention it briefly and say that we are planning on to create new features, something like that, and so on. Because otherwise it might distract the attention and make it look like you are just another marketing agency, but you want to differentiate. And last thing that a thought is that if you are focusing on financial advisors, that maybe it is a good idea to build a company named ReferMe or buy the domains of ReferMe. But on the other hand, I would brand it as a financial advising company. So something that can relate a bit better with the type of industry. That will help definitely to connect with your audience more fast and on a scale. Yes.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you, Giovanni. Now it's time to give your scores. The first score goes for innovativeness of idea, please.
Well, I think that I haven't heard as well of any others, so I would give an 8 to that. I think that it can work. It's never proven until it does or it doesn't. So, but I think that there is potential for that.
Thank you so much. Second score goes for the presentation.
Presentation, I would give a 6 because I think that for the type of industry you are targeting, the standards are quite high, and you must really match them if you want to get as close to the FCA.
Right. And the final score goes for the business model and the scalability potential.
I have to admit, I did not really understand that apart from the pricing side, which I think that somehow it doesn't matter the pricing, because at the end of the day, it needs to be justified by the profitability of that. You are targeting a very logical niche that will not by emotions, but by calculations. So that means you really have to make it profitable for them, otherwise they will just stop the membership. So I can only give a comment on and then I'll give the score. Sorry if I'm getting to the feedback of that still, but I guess it's useful for you. If ChatGPT costs 20 a month, I'm not sure if I would pay 50 a month for that. That's my take, but it's the market deciding, not me. So I would give a 6 to that too. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Giovanni, for your feedback and for your contributions for the discussion. And now it's turn to ask Marka to join our conversation. Marka, please give us your feedback now.
Hi, Greg. Well done for your presentation. That's great, and it was great to see such a huge amount of information really compressed like a zip file in a very short presentation. I would say that to start with something that I would definitely work on, and I think that is the only thing that you can, because I really liked it, is and Giovanni mentioned the same thing, is actually you try to compress so much stuff, and I think that the rhythm of the slides was very fast. The consequence is that people, as soon as they are not specialists, might really struggle to pick up and digest all the information. So that is something I will work on. When we present, we need to think about the audience and the time that they need to digest the information that we want to share. And as sometimes I say, actually very often, less is more in this case, which comes down not to compress everything in 3 minutes or 2 minutes. I don't know how long it was your presentation, but deciding which are the strategic parts of the message of your storytelling that you want to share for this audience, for this event, for this type of context, of course. That said, I noticed that so many good things. I couldn't possibly list all of them. Otherwise, I do myself the same mistake of going too long. And but I really want to highlight as a good practice, as an example of a good practice, your presentation of the last two slides, the team. Now that was great, very visual, very short and factual, based on the achievements of the people that works with you or for you, whatever that is the case. Sometimes we see presentation, hey, this is me, I was born in the city, okay, who cares? I want to know whether you're able to actually deliver the startup that you have in mind. So great, you actually focused on one or few achievements for each of the people there. That was a great, brilliant way to present the team. And if I'm not mistaken, you even actually skipped yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
You didn't measure them, which is great, because we have such a short time to make an impact on the audience. The audience already formed an opinion about you. They saw, they listened to you speaking. I found this a very, very interesting. I don't know whether you did it on purpose or not, but I found it very interesting. And just after the slide, the call to action. Each presentation, a very important framework that is a very famous Stanford Business School, is the what, so what, and now what. And in a page presentation, the what, of course, is our the problem, the solution, which actually explained. Sorry, actually more the problem, and then and now what and so what. Sorry, is the solution and all the business model that you bring to life. But then there is, and now what? Okay, why am I here? Why am I here? What am I asking for? So that was great, great interpretation. Let's go the marks, I know that tell you, hey, we are short of time. So I think in terms of, I share the same comment that Giovanni actually gave. I'm not a specialist of the area, and I didn't pick up all the details. So bear with me in terms of the marks. Okay, I would say in terms of the innovation, first of all, I think there can be some good element of innovation. I'm not sure about the market, so don't quote me on that. I will give you a let's go for a 8, because you solved very well yourself. You said, as a financial advisor myself, I do understand the problem, and this is where the short, small sentences are much more valuable than actually a lot of slides and words. You actually gave a fact there. Hey, I do understand the problem. I come from the world. Trust me. So I would go for a 8 in terms of innovation. In terms of the presentation, it's definitely, for me, it's an 8, and it could go even further. You're improving a lot. I already saw you pitching. Great step forward. And now the next step is how to optimize by renouncing to some information to make it more digestible, slower. So very good 8, well deserved.
Thank you.
And it can go further, definitely, because your presentation style is very good. And in terms of scalability, I think that, as most of the app, I will go here with what I think generally about the sector, not being an expert, that there is a room for a lot of scalability. So I will go for an 8 just because I'm not an expert. So I don't feel comfortable to give you a 9. Okay. But it's just because of my limitation, not the limitation of your business model. Well done. I really enjoyed your presentation, Greg.
Thank you,
Great
Mark.
stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much, Mark. That's the point, what Mark mentioned, and Giovanni as well. It's very hard sometimes to give the feedback if we didn't get enough clarity about some industries or areas we are not aware of. So delivering the message to the audience, which can be much wider than the target audience of the startup, is essential element of the pitching practice. So thank you very much, boss. I want to highlight to Greg that you will get your scores from Adriana Fidalga also in these 24 hours with the total score numbers to get final total scores together. Thank you so much to your pitch presentation. I just want to highlight one more time, Giovanni and Marika, thank you so much for your contributions tonight, and hopefully all of our viewers enjoyed and will enjoy this show, and I look forward to see all of you next week, 6 p.m. London time, Wednesday. So stay tuned for more and more sessions at Startup Pitch Show. So now I'm closing our session. Thank you very much, everyone who joined.
Thank you. See you next time. Great job, guys.
Thank you.